for taking a few minutes of your time to listen into this brief dialogue between two of our company's top income earners. Cindy and Frank have been where you are right now. Listen up, for this just might be your wake-up call. Take it away, Cindy and Frank.
Thanks so much, Steve. I'd like to start by asking you this question. What was the first thing that went through your mind when you woke up today? Will I lose my job today? Will I get a job today? How am I going to pay for my kids' education? How will I ever get these credit cards paid off? Will I ever be able to quit working and retire? If you're asking yourself any of these questions, then this is your wake-up call. How many more are you going to get? Here's the question you really need to be asking yourself. What is my solution? We're excited that you've taken the time to listen to this message because we believe without a shadow of a doubt that we have a solution for you. Now, Frank, I know you've asked yourself some of these questions.
Man, Cindy, are you kidding me? I used to lie awake at night thinking of every one of those questions. And I have to admit, it's scary. The thing that scared me the most was losing my job, and the reason was I didn't have a dime. I had absolutely no money put back for emergency. And I had to wake up. I had to do something about it, and I was running out of time. So I guess you could say it was my wake-up call.
Well, Frank, you had every right to be scared. If you're listening to this message, then someone cared enough about you to share this important information with you. Let me ask you another question. What if you lost your job tomorrow? How long would you be able to survive? If you're like most people, not for long. I recently learned that 95% of Americans have less than 1 month's expenses on hand. In fact, most of them don't even have a savings account. What if you got sick? Who's going to take care of your family? What if it took you 2 months, 3 months, maybe even a year to find a job? How long can you survive? If you don't know your solution, then it's time to wake up. You need to build financial security now. This is reality, isn't it, Frank?
Well, for me, I had to get control of my life, regardless of what was going on in the world or the economy around me. And I knew that corporate America, Cindy, was not the answer. I just knew that I didn't ever want to be scared again.
Well, that's right. We know that working for someone else is not the solution. There's just no security in that. If your boss finds someone younger, faster, or cheaper than you, you're out of a job. I knew 20 years ago that I didn't want to work for someone else the rest of my life. I wanted to be home with my kids. I absolutely hated taking my daughter to daycare every day, so I made a decision to find a solution. And I knew that it was about getting into business for myself, so I started looking at traditional businesses, and then I realized the expense of overhead and employees and inventory and found out that 95% of them go out of business in their first year. Then I looked at buying a franchise, and oh my gosh, I had no idea the average franchise cost $300,000 to $1 million. I didn't have that kind of money. I was trying to make money, not get into debt. Then I discovered an industry that changed my life. It's an industry called network marketing. When I discovered this industry, I was blown away by the amount of money that could be made. I met people making over $1 million a year. Then they told me that I could do the same thing. Well, Frank, that got my attention, and I went to work.
Well, it's funny listening to you say that. I don't know why it took me so long, but, that was my answer. It was a small investment. It was personal growth, and, we could all use some personal growth. It was a short learning curve. I looked at an average guy with hardly no education, definitely no capital to invest, getting into the people business. And I thought it was the perfect business. I didn't think we'd ever run out of people to talk to. Now I live a lifestyle that, most people only dream about, Cindy, is I wake up when my eyes are open or when I want to. I spend an awful lot of time with my kids and grandkids, and, I didn't have that before. I guess you could say that I got my life back, and it feels pretty good.
Well, what that's called, Frank, is time freedom. And I have to say that's been the greatest blessing for me, too. I started in this industry part-time, just like you did, and I was able to replace my income in less than a year. I said goodbye to my boss forever, and I've been full-time in the industry ever since. And I've been able to be at home with my kids, watch my daughters grow up, and it's just been a lifestyle that's really most people only dream about.
Yeah, it sounds great, Cindy, but I'm sure there are some people out there that are skeptical. Heck, I know I was. Matter of fact, it took me almost 2 years and then before I got started on a part-time basis.
Well, you're right, Frank. I'm sure there are some people out there that are skeptical. Well, if it's any comfort to any of you listening, I've been there and done that too. I've had those same feelings. But after 20 years in this industry, I believe I know what you must look for when you're evaluating a company. Number one is a management team with integrity. Two is a product in high demand that delivers, that has value. And number three, a compensation plan that's really geared for everyone. You know, the management team with integrity was just so huge for me. I mean, I don't care how great the compensation plan is or how great the product is. If the people running it don't have integrity, it's never going to make it. The integrity of our founders is the reason that I'm here, Frank.
The cool thing about this is what makes our management team so special is the fact that they actually started in the field just like us. They know what it takes to build a successful team, but I guess the most important thing is they understand what we go through on a daily basis.
Well, that's right, Frank, and the product was just huge for me. Having a product that was not like all the other products out there. There's so many nutritional products out there on the market today. I wanted to be with a company that had something unique, that we had found a niche in the market that no one else had, and we have that in our product called Zeal for Life. Zeal for Life is a nutritional energy drink. I know everywhere I turn, people are sick, people are tired, and to be able to have a product that was specifically designed for our company, we didn't go out, find a product, and slap our label on it. We found a formulator that's designed some of the most successful nutritional products on the market today, and he created this just for our company. I heard him recently quote that Zeal for Life was the most impactful product he's seen in over 18 years of formulating product. You know, it's just a fact. We live in a sick care crisis. There are people dying every day from cancer, heart disease, diabetes. People are so tired, they're always complaining. We have to take charge of our own health before we get sick. And Zeal for Life is the perfect product for that. The product has over 100 nutrients in it, costs less than a cup of coffee a day, and if you were to go to a health food store and try and purchase everything that's in the product, you'd spend over $500 a month. And I don't know too many people that can afford that, Frank.
No, I don't either, Cindy, but here's what I do know is when I first started taking Zeal, I felt something from the very first day. I felt higher energy. I had better eating habits. I knew this was going to be easy to share with my friends and family. I mean, really, who doesn't want to have more energy and be healthy at the same time?
Well, that's what I said, and I too experienced those results and felt fantastic on the product. But what was also interesting to me is that some of the key ingredients in Zeal have made other network marketing companies billions of dollars, like the noni fruit, aloe vera, the stabilized rice bran, the acai berry. We have all these ingredients plus a whole lot more in Zeal for Life, and it's all in one powder. You just mix it with water or juice, and you get everything your body needs on a daily basis.
Yeah, what makes it so unique is the little grab-and-go bottles. Heck, I keep one in my golf bag, in my gym bag. They're really neat to travel with. All you got to do is just pop the top, add your favorite juice or water, and shake it and go.
Well, you know, it is amazing, Frank, how many people love the convenience of those single-serving bottles. I mean, I know I carry one with me everywhere I go, and I've never seen a company out there in our industry that does this. It does make us very unique.
Cindy, you got to admit, you got me pretty excited about the product, but, you know, bottom line is, show me the money.
Well, Frank, that's number 3. The compensation plan has to pay the part-timer as well as the full-timer. I'm just going to be very straight with everyone listening. This pay plan works if you work it. Nothing is free in life. This is not the lottery, but I will tell you if you put the effort in, you're going to win with our compensation plan because it's designed to benefit everyone. If you want to make $100 a month, if you want to make an extra $1,000 a month or $100,000 a year, you can do it with our company even on a part-time basis.
You know, the key word there is work. You know, I started part-time. I just did a little bit of something every single day, and I was able to build a 6-figure residual income. I've been able to travel the world to places I only dreamed about. I'm driving a free Mercedes that the company pays for. I've picked up a $10,000 bonus. Now, if an average guy like myself from small-town America can do this, why can't you?
Well, it is amazing, Frank, and I just appreciate your comments, but I'm going to take the next minute or so just wrapping this up. We don't know what your situation is today. If you're scared about your future, worried about losing your job or getting a job, you're worried that you're going to have to work until you die or get a job at Walmart as a greeter when you're 70 years old. If this is you, are you ready to wake up and make some changes? I mean, let's face it, money changes everything. It changes the cars you drive, the vacations you take, the school your kids go to, and when you're the boss, your life changes dramatically. You decide when you want a pay raise. I love that. You decide when you want to work, when you want to get up. You decide, not your boss. Your boss isn't going to save you. In fact, most of them don't even care about you. It's time for you to take control. It takes committing only a few hours a week to begin to change your financial situation. Where are you going to be next year if you don't? What about in 5 years? Have you ever wished you could be one of the lucky ones, the person that found out about something before anyone else? Well, it is your time. We're looking for people in every market in America. This could be your turn to be in the right place at the right time to really make a difference in your life and the lives of others. The question is, will you act on it? Our goal is to help people reach their full potential. We want people that join our company to become the best they can be. That's why we host a morning wake-up call every day of the week. We want to help people achieve things that they never thought possible. Our goal is to help people become better people. We're a company with a big vision and a big heart. We're just getting started, and we're going to be all over the world. We'd love for you to join us. So let this be your final wake-up call.
Wow, what a great invitation. Thank you for sharing with us, Cindy and Frank. So here's 2 ways you can respond to this wake-up call. Number 1, get back with the person who invited you and tell them you want to learn more about our breakthrough opportunity with Zeal for Life. And number 2, please join us every weekday morning at 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time for our 15-minute Good Morning Encouragement Equipping Wake-Up Call. Simply dial in on our conference call line, area code 507-726-3332, and the access code is 82251#. Dial in a few minutes early and say good morning, and we'll see you on the wake-up call.